How's it going? Nick from Beer-Gineers, and up for review. Excited about this. We've got Big Frank, a double IPA coming at 8% from 2 Flints down in Windsor. On the hops, we've got Citra, Sabro and Riwaka. And it's brewed with barley, wheat and oats. There we go. That's the detail for you. So these guys, I tell you, they're not in my top 4, but they're really hovering about. I've never had a 9 out of 10. I've had plenty of 8.5s. And I've also, in terms of the can art, I thought it's a bit like, they're all the same. But once I learned where that comes from, so basically each hop has got a colour. And the can art is a direct rep. I don't know whether they do it through AI or something like that, but each hop has got a colour. And it's almost like a spectrometer. So the can art is a direct reflection of the hop addition, both the amount and the colour, which is pretty fucking cool. I do really like that, being a science geek. I got it from Fuss Club. It was £6.50. So I've got a lot of love for this brewery. Let's see what this. I've heard actually great things about this Big Frank. I think he's having some, getting some traction on the reviews and that sort of thing. But we'll see. Oh, fucking hell, that's not a good start. The only thing I would say is though, it's Citra, Sabro, Riwaka. Citra, fucking my favourite hop. Riwaka, all day long. Sabro, I only really like it from a very select number of breweries. So only in my experience up to date have Verdance and Big pulled Sabro off. Generally I don't like it, but we'll see. Look at that. I was about to say I nearly got it in the glass, but I haven't. It's a shame. So obviously hard pour, that's how I do it. I like to get the carbonation out personally. It's pretty bloody hazy, mid sort of range for sort of New England IPA. 3 fingers and more of head, that's down to me. So it's a lively beer. That head isn't really going anywhere. After it's slightly going down. I want to dive in. I'm going to dive in, despite the head. Chin chin. Oh. So Citra hop can either be tropical or it can be citrus. I'm very much getting tropical, and that's been a trend. I haven't really had any Citra beers over the past sort of 6 months that have been strongly grapefruit in caps lock, like I had sort of 1-2 years ago. Maybe that's something to do with the harvest of Citra, that sort of thing. So tropical, it's great. Mango. Bit of passion fruit maybe. A little bit of earthiness. Medium bodied, perfect body, medium. That balance between quaffability and sort of substance, that sort of lovely mouthfeel. Very good mouthfeel. Tiny bit of earthiness. I would say I'm disappointed. Maybe a tad, because it hasn't got the complexity that I was hoping for. We've got Riwaka going on there. We've got Sabro. I'm getting no sort of woodiness, no coconutness. I'm getting no sort of New Zealand hoppiness. It's mainly sort of like a tropical fruit bomb. It's very accessible, low bitterness. Yeah, so it's really, really nice. It hasn't quite got the complexity that I personally like. I was hoping for a bit of sort of jagged edge bitterness. I was hoping for maybe some earthiness, some sort of whatever, I haven't had any sort of savoury, garlicky, oniony notes in the beer for ages, and that's a shame. There's no sort of undergrowthy herbal notes at all. It's basically just a tropical bomb. Okay, maybe there's a bit of complexity at the back, but it's dominated by the sort of the tropical, and that's fine. That's great. Yeah, this will sell bucket loads, and people will enjoy this. I will enjoy it. Yes, I'm not throwing shade on it, but it hasn't quite got. There's not enough complexity to throw it into the echelons of a 9. So I'm going to give that an 8. 8 out of 10 for 2 Flints. Big Frank. It's delicious. It's not the best 2 Flints I've had. Yeah. So, like I say, I've heard a lot of good things about this online, but and it is good. It's just not super duper, memorable. But get it. Yeah, it's fantastic. In that way. Yeah, very juicy, very enjoyable. 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Cheers.